Dayal Nanduani, which is the director of Stepping Stone Learning Center, which is a school for special children. So, babalik kami mamaya. Bye! Hi! We're back! Nandito na kami sa... Ayan. Nandito na kami sa school. So, inantay na lang namin si Sir Dayal to have an interview and sana makapag-tour kami around the campus. Sobrang laki ng campus ng Stepping Stone. We'll be back later. Bye! Yan. So, nandito na kami.
Dito ka nakapasok. Kalayo.
In 72, so 50 years na kami this year. Okay, but nung nag-start kami, it was just a project ng Rotary Club of Makati. So hindi pa siya formal school. So ang advocacy ng Rotary Club of Makati was to educate people who are living across from the building. So may Kame Street in Makati. No? So for about 14, 15 years, yun lang, project lang siya every year. So may pumapasok na children, not necessarily kids with special needs. No? Pero unti-unti, dumadami na yung mga kids with special needs. So medyo na overwhelmed na yung Rotary Club. And they said, mukhang different kind of education na ang kailangan. Okay? So, they brought in an expert from Switzerland pa at that time, in the early 70s, kasi there was not much support in those years about helping kids with special needs. So this man came down from Switzerland. He trained our teachers the best way he could. Wala pa yung mga formal education for teachers on SPED. So anyway, in 1986, 14 years later, ginawa ng Rotary is they invited other clubs to help, and then ginawa siyang foundation, yung Stepping Stone. Okay? So once naging foundation na siya, medyo nag-back out na yung Rotary Club of Makati, but there were 7 or 8 presidents from each club running the foundation. And then in 2005, because nag-renovate yung building nila, they moved to Guadalupe Viejo, which is just 2 streets away. They found a place which the mayor gladly offered naman, no rental. Maliit lang siya. So, doon na naging parang school ng Stepping Stone. So I was part of the Rotary Club from 2001 until 2011. In 2008, the president of the foundation, Mundi Gonzalez, asked me to see what we could do for Stepping Stone. Sabi mo, di ba yearly nagbibigay naman ang club sa kanila? We were giving them 300,000, 400,000 every year. Hanggang doon lang. Wala kaming involvement. Yun lang, pera lang.
Yes.
Diba? So he said, kasi these presidents or these people running the foundation want to leave na, and sayang naman kung i-close yung school. Anong mangyayari sa mga bata? What will happen to the parents? What will happen to the teachers? And we built Stepping Stone as a good school. Sabi ko, hindi naman pwedeng gano'n. Dapat yung school is always forever. Pag nag-open na ng school, hindi pwedeng sarado, di ba?
It's not only a project.
Exactly. So,
Yes po.
I went in there in 2008. I was treasurer of the club. I listened to their meeting kasi sabi ng presidente namin ng club, attend ka nga. Tingnan mo anong mangyayari doon. So once a year may meeting sila. So nag-attend ako. Just listening. Wala naman akong participation doon kundi outsider lang. Sabi ng discussion, negative daw sila ng 800,000. So nagulat lang ako. I just didn't say anything. Ni-report ko back sa club. Negative sila 800. The bottom line is, there was no proper accounting for the funding. We found out late in 2010, I came in na talaga, and I devoted a lot of my time into stepping stone, volunteer work, everything. So I noticed a lot of things. Yung administrative person namin, pinubusa yung pera. They're not issuing receipts. And then teachers were not qualified. Kung graduate lang, pasok na ka sa teaching profession, wala pang lisensya and all that. Hindi pa nga graduate, they just nakaapak lang sa SPED for 1 or 2 years, kinukuha na as teachers. So, sabi ko, there's a lot of problems in this school. Okay? So, 2010, I became full-time with them, plus I was with Rotary. So, by 2013, 2012, medyo naayos na namin. Okay? So, we were able to change the administrator, we got better teachers, we got some additional funding. I negotiated with Rotary Club na tulungan nyo na lang itong school kasi wala nang ibang tumutulong. Give us 1 million a year. Okay, ang budget ng school was 3 million. Kami na lang bahala mag-raise ng 2 million.
2 million.
Kahanap na lang kami ng funding. So, pumayag naman sila for 5 years. So, with that money, okay na, medyo naka-ahon na kami. No? So there, so we started changing everything. From the name, which was Stepping Stone has always been the acronym, no? Pero ang company name was Developmental Center for the Handicap Foundation. Sabi ko, that's no longer appropriate. Diba? At that time, you don't call people handicapped.
Handicap.
So we changed our name, we started with it. We said, let's call it a Center for Excellence in Special Education. The school physically was very small. So we started SPED in 3 levels, and then we started speech therapy, which was very in demand.
Yes.
And we started occupational therapy. Our mandate was to help indigents.
Yes.
Okay? So, kinausap namin yung mga parents namin because maraming students in our Makati school. We had over 250. But many of them were coming from rich families. Mga taga San Lorenzo Village, Urdaneta, Bele. But they were not paying anything, zero. So,
Yun lang.
I went back to them and we had a meeting with them, with our president, and we said, can we request that if you can afford, magbayad na lang kayo, please. Because that amount that you're going to pay us, we will use it for teachers, we will get better teachers, we will upgrade facilities, and it will help those that really cannot afford. Sa umpisa, medyo nagalit sa amin, ano ba yan, foundation ito, tapos nag-charge kayo, ganyan. They did not understand and, maraming sinabi sa amin, minura pa kami and all that. But we all took it in stride and we said, look, if you don't help and cooperate, we cannot give you better services.
Yes.
And we cannot discriminate. Just because you're paying, kayo ang mas magandang service, those that don't pay, not good service. It has to be the same for everybody, pantay. So, naintindihan nila unti-unti and they started paying. And then, that became some source of funding also, plus from the Rotary. Plus, talagang we reached out to everybody, those who can support. Maraming nag-support naman. We were able to manage. So they said, well, ano bang plano nyo? Sabi namin, if you want this school to become a good school and a center for excellence, as the name says, let's build a proper school. Wala pa sa Philippines. No?
Yes.
Maraming mga schools na maliliit. But those schools were born out of parents na may special needs na bata. A mother will always do anything for her child.
Yes.
Okay? So they will even learn they'll learn about SPED, then open a small school, then bring in friends, naging school na. Pero they cannot sustain.
Yes, the problem really, sir, that I see is the sustainability of the school.
Exactly. There's a new law that has been passed that all LGUs are supposed to build SPED centers. We propose to our board, let's build a center for excellence in the Philippines. Diba? Something that the country can be proud of, something that is not yet here in the Philippines, and something where we can really make a difference.
Yes.
So umikot kami, we went all around Metro Manila, some provinces, because as Rotarians we travel.
Yes, yes.
So we found the school in Ateneo, Quezon City. It was run by a Mrs. Macapagal. She's a relative of Gloria. She had apparently been running that school for 50 years. But it was a very rundown school, pero malaki, 1 hectare. Okay, so from her, we learned a lot of things. We went to other schools, very small, very unsustainable.
Yes.
But then when I traveled to Singapore, I had an opportunity to visit a school, Pathlight International. It's an autism school. That school is 2 hectares. It has the best facilities ever, even better than ours. But they only handle autism kids. So we got some ideas, and then we brought it back to the board and say, we need to find a property. So sabi nila, we'll find the property wala tayong pera. I said, it's a matter of foresight and vision. And if you have compassion and passion in you, darating yan eh. There's always a saying that if you build it, they will come. From the business sector, I've learned that, if you have the passion, you can raise the sources of income, and if you use it well, you can build something. So we came here, then I started going full blast with fundraising. So once we got the school, it was easier to fundraise kasi meron na silang nakitang brick and mortar.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
Dati kasi maliit lang yung school sa Stepping Stone Makati, parang ano ba to?
Bakit may...
Nakipupondohan,
Oo.
nagtutulungan.
Kaya nga. So here, they saw this, and then ang plano namin na pinalabas is Center for Excellence, best of equipment, best of facilities, best curriculum for
Yes.
special needs, for all kinds, whether you're Down syndrome, your autism, your ADHD, your learning disability, your cerebral palsy, lahat. Ang hindi lang namin kaya is yung blind and yung deaf. We've been here since 2014. We were in Makati until 2020. 2016, inumpisa namin ito. First, 1 classroom, 2 classrooms, and then hanggang today, after talking to all the parents and the stakeholders and everybody, ang sabi ng mga parents sa amin, nahihirapan sila to have SPED classes. Tapos pupunta sila sa ibang lugar para mag-speech therapy, mag-occupational therapy, mag-physical therapy. Alam niyo naman yung situation in Metro Manila. It's so hard to travel if you don't have a car. Tsaka kids get very inis after a while in the car. They get behaviorally, they get challenged. No? So we said, let's build everything under one roof. Okay, malaki naman yung school. And so we have today SPED in 3 levels. Early intervention, which is from 2 years old to 7 years old. We have functional academics, which is 8 years old to 12 years old. And we have teen adults, which is 13 years old to 16. Now, hindi lang biological age ang tinitingnan namin, ha? We also look at their intellectual capacity.
Yes.
They may be 13 years old, but nasa early intervention sila.
Yeah.
Kasi matagal na silang hindi na
Hindi na.
turuan or whatever. And then after 16, we put them in vocational courses. So we have TESDA accredited barista, TESDA accredited housekeeping, TESDA accredited bread and pastry, and TESDA accredited cookery. So kung saan sila masaya,
Baking.
doon namin pinapasok so that they can learn a skill.
Yeah.
Kasi these kinds of kids, especially at Down syndrome, up to 18, 20, they can only handle so much academics. After that, skills na lang. And we don't want to impose a skill on them. We want to find out saan sila masaya.
Yeah, what
So
they
that they
want
can-
and
We can
They
bring
can-
out the skills in them. Okay?
Yes.
nurture
The
it.
whole curriculum of this school is centered on the child. Okay? Not on the parent. Sorry,
Yes.
We have tried that before. There are parents who are very demanding, and there are parents who want
Oh,
turuan niyo
turuan
siya.
mo ng ganito, turuan mo ng ganan.
Hindi kaya ng bata eh. If kaya, why not? Pero most of the time, hindi kaya. So, we try to see ano yung kakayanan ng bata, and then we try to enhance it and
Yes.
develop. And special needs kids are very good in art. They're very good
Yes.
in dancing. They're very good in in activities. There may not be good too much in academics. So, bakit namin tuturuan ng biology and all of these things? Sabi nga ni Duterte, di ba, ano yung use ng calculus? Hindi naman nagagamit habang buhay. Di ba? So, me, I'm a chemical engineer. I took up all of these mathematics courses in my college. Did I ever use it? No. But engineering taught me how to be focused. Yun lang, you know. How to be focused, how to have foresight, how to plan. So, doon ako natuto. But the engineering part of it, I'm not practicing my chemical engineering, so I'm not really using it. No? So the business side naman taught me how to be more practical, how to talk to people, how to get funding. So when you see our facilities downstairs, you'll say, ang ganda ng kitchen nyo. Because galing ako ng food business eh. Alam ko yung food, yung mga equipment eh, diba?
Yes.
So I'm not an educator, but it's, you know, a business person knows how to get people with talent. So we have an academics head, we have SPED teachers who are licensed, we have therapists who are clinical supervisors who are licensed, we have interns who are coming from schools like UST, De La Salle, Dasmariñas, and now De La Salle, Dasmariñas also churns out speech therapists. We have tie-up with New Era College for physical therapy interns. We have, of course, UST for OT, ST, and PT. So, everything is under one roof.
Yes.
Yun ang maganda, hindi
Which
na kayo
is,
lalayo.
hindi na magpapalipat-lipat.
Okay, but again, our mandate is if you are poor, mahirap maging poor. Diba? It's already difficult for parents who are poor. Tapos you have a special needs child, mas lalong mahirap.
Mas mahirap.
Okay, so coming from the Rotary, our motto is service above self. Okay? So we don't charge for indigents, but we make sure that they are indigent. Hindi yung pupunta lang sila sa amin and they want scholarship and everything is free. We actually check. We send somebody to their home. Eh, pagdating dun sa bahay, may kotse pala sa loob ng garahe, may conditioner. Paano naging po yan? So, but we allow scholarships in certain percentages naman. Like if a man and a woman are working, they have a special child, okay, we don't consider that as poor, but we can give scholarship. Because alam namin that both of them are struggling to help their child.
Yes.
So we give them maybe 20%, 30%, 40%. But if you're totally poor, we give you up to 95%. Okay? The 5% we don't give because parang nawawala na ng yung stake yung parent eh.
Yes pa.
Ginagawa na kaming caregiver eh.
Caregiver.
So
Yes.
it happened in our school in Makati. Kami pa ang naghahanap, nasaan yung yaya nito? Bakit iniwan? You know, they feel that, you know, kami na ang responsible doon. So we don't want to do that. Okay? So, but what I can assure you in this school is we have all the facilities and we are the largest in the Philippines as far as land area is concerned for a special needs school. We have the best facilities, not to brag, and we are still continuing to develop. This is only 50% pa ang nagawa. It's still a work in progress.
Yes.
No? Especially na-hit kami with pandemic, so walang students. So hindi na namin tinuloy yung ibang expansion namin. We have a therapy pool. We have a physical therapy department. We have speech therapy. We have OT. By August, we will be starting our art therapy and dance. I'll show you all around. No?
Dito sila nagdo-drawing. Nagpi-paint.
See how
Pasok ka.
yung mga painting nila, no?
Wow.
Ang gaganda ng mga painting nila. We're hiring a professional art painter, art therapist. And then we will provide kids with all of this. Yung may mga easel pa, you know, all the paint materials here they can paint. So for young kids, yan ang mga table nila.
Yes. So before pandemic, ilan po ang estudyante nyo dito na?
In 2020, when we were locked down talaga, yung umpisa, talagang close ang school.
Hi.
You know, there are kids that they don't want to be held. There are kids that nasisilawan sa ilaw. So
Yeah.
we built this room such a way that it addresses all the issues. No? So, come in ha, come in. So you can see, yung ilaw, we did it.
Medyo dim.
And then it's all rubberized. And then we have different kinds of things going on in here. Like ito is a cognitive board. Come in. You can see that this is a cognitive board. Ang ibig sabihin nito is, see ha, we'll ask Allison, okay?
Bye. Ano ka dito? Hindi, tita,
Just see, just
sasabihin mo lang kung ano yun
Tignan
sa
mo lang.
picture. Dito.
Tignan mo lang.
Tignan mo lang, okay.
Eh, di ba this is what? Sapatos, di ba? Shoes.
Ano yan?
Okay.
Lapit ka dito.
This is a cat. Di ba?
Halika dito.
So shoes,
It's
this is
okay.
cat.
Di ba ate, ikaw? O, di ba? Dali. Para pag dito, pupunta ka dito, magtuturo. O, tuturuan ka din dito.
Okay.
O, di ba?
Ilalagay ko yung
Gusto mo
cat.
dito pumasok?
Yan.
General kita dito, kasama. Hatid ka ni daddy. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ah,
So I
sige.
put the cat here, ha?
Dali.
Allison. I put the shoes here.
Titingnan, para kung pwede ka ditong pasok.
Okay.
Dali. Oh, sige.
So,
Identify mo yung...
close ko na, ha?
Close.
Balikan natin, okay? So ito naman, this is a crash pad. Okay? You can just jump into it and crash. These ones are for different kinds of feel. May mga bata kasi ayaw hawakan. So this is a little rough, this is smooth, So different kinds of feel. Kaya sensory room.
Yes.
Now, there are kids na masyadong hyper. So, kailangan ma-cool down muna. So, parang sa gym, meron kayong nakikitang ganito, ropes. No? So, we have this. So, we let them use this para yung behavior nila will calm down. Medyo papagurin namin sila ng konti so that when they go to the class, hindi ma-disrupt. This is a ball pit. Okay? This one is a, like a, you put your hand inside, may makukuha kang item. So, parang
Hindi ka,
mystery,
try mo.
mystery board.
Try mo.
Ito, meron siyang
Try mo. Dali.
here, there's something else, no? Wala. Ito, there's a, right. Okay, so, balik tayo dito, Allison.
Alison, dali.
Punta ka dun.
Oh, saan natin nilagay?
Kaya mo yan.
Saan natin nilagay?
Saan napalagay yung cat?
Saan mo napalagay yung cat?
Where did we put the cat? Here or here? Cat is here.
Sa taas. Oh? Galing ah.
So this is what we call a cognitive board. So she has good cognitive ability. She can memorize what was there. See, ang galing, no? I brought regular people here, mga Rotarian. Hindi nila makuha.
Very good pala si ate.
They don't pay attention.
Katutusin, medyo ano pa siya. Kumbaga, parang wala yung attention niya doon.
Natatakot siya.
This is our clinic. Medyo magulo lang because we put our coins here. So, kung nasa supermarkets kayo, as far as Lipa, we have this in All Day and in Walter Marts. No? So, we, every 2 months, 3 months, kino-collect namin and then binubuksan namin and then we replace. So, we count all the coins, then pinapalit namin for bills. Parang fundraising namin.
Okay ka pa?
So this is our physical therapy room. Okay? Laki nito, all the way.
Wow.
So, when you come in here, may receptionist, tatanungin kayo all your information, then the child is brought into the examination room. Ito yung examination room. Okay? So dito naman, we have all of these gadgets. Ito yung wax machine. Yung pang nangangalay kayo, you can put your hand inside, hot wax. This one is a ultrasound machine. No? So they can check kung saan yung may problema. Okay? This one is a hot pack machine. For those who have masakit yung likod, lalagyan nila ng hot pack. No? So a physical therapist will check. Then pag na-check na at gagawa na siya ng programa for the child, then they discuss with the parents, and then doon na sila. Yung parent dito uupo. Titingin na sa CCTV. So they're brought into this center here.
Baba. May treadmill.
Oh, diba?
This is more what we use for Down syndrome.
Baba pang massage.
Ito yung ginagamit namin sa Down syndrome kids. This is a shaking machine. You stand here, the therapist will set the time. It shakes your whole body. Hahawak ka lang, shakes your whole body. And then after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you sweat a lot. This is good for obese people. No?
Baba, pampasexy.
So these are mostly for adults, but these can be used for children. And then yung ibang toys namin dito nilalagay sa tikman. So they teach them wellness programs, they teach them how to walk properly. These are recumbent bikes, this is upright bike, and then that's for stroke patients. Ito rin yung stroke patient steps. Ito kung meron kayong frozen shoulder, so ito yung ginagamit for frozen shoulder. You do that one, you keep going up if you're a child. But we have another one for frozen shoulder. So this was sponsored by the Japanese embassy. Kaya makikita nyo,
Puro may stickers ng Japan.
Japan flag. Kasi sila yung nag-sponsor. Together with the Avoidis group. This facility alone cost us over 2 million.
Wow.
So, this is a room that we
Baba, ang daming kalkiw.
This is a multi-purpose room.
Dance room. Ang daming salamin.
Ito mo.
So, she actually teaches ballroom dancing. So, sabi niya, I want to try and teach young kids ordinary dancing. So, dito siya, she was standing here, she was facing the mirror, the kids were at the back. So, she would put her foot left and right. Hindi nasusundan na. So, we called sped teachers to come in here. Sped teachers cut out cartolina. Lagay nila parang paa on the floor. Different colors. So, the sped teacher will say, oh, step on the yellow. Step on the white, step on the red. Nasusundan.
Mas madaling
See?
ang
So,
nasusundan.
you might have experts, but they're not expert in the field.
Yes.
So, nung nag-collaborate na itong dalawa, yung British teacher at saka yung sped teachers, nasusundan doon ang mga bata. Okay? So, you have to understand where they're coming from.
Yes.
And mirrors are important for children with autism. Hindi sila tumitingin sa iyo.
Opo.
So, the mirror helps them. Please come in.
Hello po.
Miss Zenia teaches Bible class to kids.
Yes. Josh is Josh.
Hi, Josh.
High functioning.
Hi, Josh. I'm Rain.
I'm Rainy.
No, Josh.
What's your name?
Joshua.
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 Okay. Are you inviting me to ball club? Low functioning to Asperger's. Asperger's genius. Pero no social skills.
Yes.
So he's not very sociable. But genius siya. You ask him any mathematics question and answer to you. This is the back of the other classroom. So this is for regular education. Kaya yan ang maupuan. Now, DepEd required
Armchairs.
armchair. So this is another classroom. So these are for early intervention.
Nandito yung mga baby, baba.
No, small kids. Kaya yung mga table namin mababa, ganyan. And all the rooms are rubberized flooring. And then all with corner guards. So hindi sila ma-hurt. It's all rubber. One child. And then there's a mirror. Because mostly kids with autism, they cannot look at you in the eye. Na ano sila, the amount of information that comes to their brain is so massive that they cannot kaya by looking at you in the eye. So they look at in different places in the body. But the mirror will help them to refocus unti-unti, and then they can look at the teacher through the mirror, then unti-unti through the teacher through her eyes and parent. The other side is blue naman yung furniture, is occupational therapy or speech. They can interchange. So we can do 16 at a time. But we don't naman have that many kasi magkakarinigan. So if there's a speech therapy going on here, occupational therapy is there. And we have all those balance boards, everything na ginagamit nila to help them walk straight. Yung mga ibang children, yung speech ginagamitan ng tongue suppressor so that they can talk properly. Yung mga bulol, so the speech therapist tries to ask them to, this is the way to say it, this is the correct pronunciation. So yeah, that's what speech therapy is all about. So this is like a classroom setting for barista. So ito yung mga machines namin. This is for the grinding the coffee, for the juice.
Diba, gusto mo mag-gala na ng coffee shop?
Here is our grinding pastry. All the small damage namin, we keep it on the very floor. So many. So let's say there are 20 students with 20 of this. Pinaplan natin dito. And then all of this is a big spiral mixer, freezer, ref, ice cube. This is for pizza dough. This is for bread slicing. Right? This is for soups. This is a convection oven for the baking. This is a pizza oven. So, kompleto. So when you finish this course, I think 18 days, marunong na kayo mag-bake. You can make cupcakes, you can make pizza, cupcake.
Ang dami yung nagdabang mo.
Our commercial grade ovens and so yung trainer nandun sa harap, nakaharap siya dito, and then he tells them what to do. So all the pots and pans kompleto yan sa taas, even uniform from them. So again, we have ref, freezer, we have a broiler, we have a big one there, convection. Yan ang ginagamit sa mga hotels. Kaya you will notice when you have a banquet or a big party, sabay-sabay nila nilalabas yung food. They have several units of that. So they put it all there, it cooks at the same time. You can serve it at the same time. So they use convection ovens, bigger units and marami. Otherwise, hindi pwede silang ilabas at the same time. We have exhaust system, we have gas, we have water. So, kompleto siya. These two, this one and the bread and bakery cost us 5 million.
Wow.
But it was a grant from Rotary. So, including training. So, itong portion na to is the triangle. We're still developing this. Eventually, gagawin namin parang may umbrella. Pwede ka mag-food dyan. You can have your coffee, you can have your pastry. This is only yung product. Nakita niyo sa video. This is part of our housekeeping. So after sila mag-training sa taas, dito yung exam. So ito yung room na ginugulo at saka pinatiming ng assessor. So this is a fully furnished hotel room. It is fully functional. Aircons work. Dito nakatira yung Peace Corps namin when we had her. 8 months siya tumira dito. Kaysa naman gagastos kami sa labas. So we have a bathtub here. We have running water. Everything's complete.
Really looks like a hotel.
It's like a hotel talaga. So this is why we call it a hotel room. See? You can use the bathtub and all. So
8 months, mag-renta ng hotel.
kaya nga. So yan lang ang gastos namin when we get this picture. So dito na lang sila. So here you can play. We're going to put the basketball courts, and then we can have volleyball, we can have badminton. Nakaka-drawing na, no? So, yeah. The playground is also there, and then we have the elevator. So,
So, that ends our video for today, guys. I hope nag-enjoy kayo at marami din kayong natutunan katulad namin. Please don't hesitate to message us if there's anything na gusto nyong pag-usapan. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in our next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!